Hi, I'm Kay Hickman, Bernina educator and embroidery specialist. Today I'm excited to show you the Bernina 700E. This is a wonderful machine for embroidery. It is exclusively an embroidery machine, which means it does not sew with a regular stitch. It is available with or without the embroidery module. If this is your first embroidery machine, you will want to purchase the module with it. But if you are a current 7 or 8 series owner, those modules are interchangeable with these machines, so you can sew on the 7 or 8 series machine and use your module that you already have for this machine. You can do two things at one time. I'm going to show you some wonderful features about the B700E. One of the important features, if you are a design collector, is that this machine will read multiple formats directly in the machine. The native format that Bernina machines use is the EXP format. However, this machine will read other brands of embroidery files, such as PES, PEC, JEF, and many, many more. The benefit of this is that you can use the designs from other machines or other formats that you have purchased previously and stitch them out directly on this machine. Now let's look at the embroidery screen. Let's get a monogram on the screen. We will touch the alphabet folder, and then we'll select one of many alphabets. The arrow at the bottom will allow you to scroll through and see all of the alphabets. You can scroll back, and I think that I will select design number 11. Now we bring up the screen where we can add the letters. My first initial, my second initial, and my last initial. We can also change this to lowercase and add additional letters, but we're ready to go, so I'm going to just touch the OK icon to open up the screen here where we can do more editing. I know that I'm going to be working with the maxi hoop, so at this time I'm going to select the hoop icon, and I can select the hoop that I want to use. I'm going to scroll up until I see the maxi hoop and select it. Now you see how the design will be in this large hoop, and it will be rather small. So I want to make that larger, so I'll go back and go to the editing field, and I will select the enlarge button, and I can use the multifunction knobs on the right to make that proportionately larger. On the screen, these look visually to me a little bit too close together. So I can use the word art feature to do multiple things. I can use the bottom one, which would be the bottom multifunction knob, to arc the letters either way. And I can use the top multiple function knob to move them further apart. Now visually they look much better this way. Now as I look at this, I decided now that I would like to have my last name in the middle with that one larger than the two other ones. So this is easy to do. I'm going to touch the edit feature, and I am going to go to group ungroup icon, and I am going to ungroup this icon. Now as you can see, this has split this up into 3 different parts. Each letter is an individual unit. Drag and drop feature, really nice here because you can just touch the screen and move these wherever you would like to have them. I'm going to put my H here in the middle, and I'm going to enlarge it. Oh, let's see, maybe let's go 150% with that also. Actually, that looks pretty good. Put that in the middle. And now the other letters I can move individually. So I can move them closer together or further apart, and I can just align them visually the way I want them to be. I think I'm going to put that one right there. I think that looks pretty good. Now, the way you see all of the initials is to touch that bottom layer, and then all of that design will show at one time. I'm going to group these letters together as one unit. And I will go to this icon, which is the group. So I'll touch the bottom K, touch plus, and then I'll touch plus again until they are all selected, and now they are grouped together. Now when I move this, I move the whole unit as one. If I want to add a design, It's easy to do and very safe because you can just go to this plus icon up here and you'll never lose that first design that you've put in there. Now I want to go to the machine icon and I'm going to go to the embroidery motif folder. And this time I want to go to folder number 2. And I am going to select design number 14. It comes in at the center of the hoop. I want it to be up here at the top, so I'll move it up there. Now let's enlarge that and do a little bit of editing here also. So I'll touch the enlarge button, resize button, and I can make it, visually until we think it looks pretty good. That looks pretty good to me, so I'm gonna leave it here. You could do other things with this also if you wanted, but I'm just gonna leave it there. Now I want to duplicate this. Touch duplicate, then move this down in the hoop, and now I want it to mirror image. So I'll touch the mirror image up down button, and then I'll move it towards the bottom. At this point you will rearrange these as much as you want to, and then when you are ready to send it to the machine to be stitched, you'll close this field and then you will touch the stitch out icon. The machine is prompting you now to put on a hoop. This design is a 2-color design and I'm only going to use 1 color. So an easy way to do that is to touch the single multicolored motif, and that will allow us to stitch both the first color and the second color at one time, and the machine will not stop between those features. So now we're ready to start stitching. We will need a hoop to stitch the design. The machine comes with a large oval hoop and the medium hoop, and you can use whichever size that best suits your needs. You typically should use the size that is closest to the size of your embroidery design. However, there are other optional hoops available for the Bernina 700. One of the favorite ones of mine is the Maxi Hoop, which has a stitching field of about 6.5 by 10.5 inches. This is handy for larger projects because you don't have to hoop as much. This has an ergonomic twist lock mechanism which makes it easy to open. It gives 5/8 inches extra room here, so that's perfect for hooping stabilizer and fabric. As you tighten it up, you will hear a change in the sound when the proper amount of tightening is met. It also has extra height to it, which very securely holds larger quilts and heavy projects. The oval shape of the Maxi Hoop also provides even tension on the hoop fabric all around the hoop to again provide quality stitch out results. And finally, position recall. This is a feature that can save your designs from hitting the trash can. If you have ever been in the middle of stitching a design and had a loss of power from a power outage or even tripped on the power cord and the machine turns off, you know this heartbreak personally. With position recall, you turn the machine back on and it will recall the exact position that you were at and return to that position in your embroidery design. As you can see, there are some very powerful editing features built right into the B700 to get your design exactly the way you want it to be. However, these are just a few of the features on the B700. See your local Bernina dealer for more information about the Bernina 700E.